Test 1 2, test 1 2. Perfect. Hello, and welcome to the Pride Radio Group Net. My name is Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar. Mike Oscar is my call sign, and my pronouns are she, her. I am your net control operator for this net. This is a roundtable net, and all calls should go through the net control station. This net meets every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Before we begin, do we have any emergency or other priority traffic? If at any time there is an emergency, please say break, break, and we will assist you. The Pride Radio Group provides an inclusive environment for all to learn, experiment, and enjoy radio communications by encouraging, promoting, and supporting diversity with the wider radio community, sharing our experiences and learnings with the community, and celebrating and embracing Pride on the air. For more information about the Pride Radio Group and how to join, plus gain access to our Discord chat room, head on over to prideradio.group. That's prideradio.group. Or check out VK3PRG or K3PRG on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you hate us, of course. This net is being relayed on the various nodes, talk groups, and reflectors of the Pride Radio Network and affiliated systems, as well as various RF repeaters around the world, and is also streamed live on YouTube, Broadcastify, and Icecast. For information on how you can connect to this network, visit network.prideradio.group. That's network.prideradio.group. Which, by the way, Jared, if you're hearing me, you need to update that network map. Quit procrastinating. Get that sucker updated. It's very out of date. Or, if you want more up-to-date information, which I highly recommend, visit prideradionetwork.weebly.com. prideradionetwork.weebly.com. Weebly is spelled Whiskey Echo Echo Bravo Lima Yankee. Reset. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. It's an awesome piece of software. You can log into the net through NetLogger and see a list of call signs pop up and follow along the net in real time. It's pretty awesome. Go check it out. Once again, it's netlogger.org, and you can download it on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS computers. Alrighty, before we begin this evening's net, do we have any news, announcements, or other items of business for the net and the Pride Radio Group? Alright, hearing nothing. For tonight, we are also being relayed on my experimental 146.560 machine. No PL tone is needed, and it's a simplex frequency. Alrighty, let's get some check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. Let's start off with mobile, short on time, and in and out stations. So if you wish to check into the Pride Radio Group Net, and you're either mobile, you don't have much time, or you just simply want to pop in, say hello, and pop out, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. This is KJ7OMO.
Kilo Yankee 4 Lima Victor. That's Kilo Yankee 4 Lima Victor. In and out. Have a nice evening, 73.
All right, we have an in and out from Kilo Yankee 4 Lima Victor. Thank you so much for stopping by, N73. Feel free to rejoin if you like later on. Do we have any other mobile short on time or in and out stations? Come now with your call signs, please.
Whiskey 3 Fox Uniform Romeo, Whiskey 3 Fox Uniform Romeo, short on time. Coming in from Hebron, Ohio, 225.
All right, Whiskey 3 Foxtrot Uniform Romeo. Since you're short on time, we're going to go ahead and send it to you for your report and traffic or whatever that is that you want to say to the net.
My bad. Consider me in and out. I'm going to head out right now. 7:30. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. W3FURKJ7OMO, thank you for stopping by. And 73. Do we have any more mobile short on time or in and out stations? Come now with your call signs, please. All right, let's open it up to anybody, anywhere. But we're going to start with folks who are on the 146.560 machine. So if you're listening via 146.560, only you folks for now. No PL is needed. It's a simplex frequency. If you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. All right, hearing nobody on that frequency at this time, we're going to switch it to anyone, anywhere. So doesn't matter how you're getting into this net. If you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically.
TZ test and see if I can get in.
Alright, just to confirm, are you Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Echo Zulu?
Through hams over IP, KL4TZ.
Alright, KO4TEZ, you are making it through. Do we have anyone else wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs, please.
W7CHY, that's Whiskey 7, Charlie Hotel Yankee.
Alright, we have Whiskey 7, Charlie Hotel Yankee. Anyone else wishing to check into the Pride Radio Group net? Come now with your call signs, please. All right, check-ins. We are taking check-ins per the Pride Radio Group Net. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, let's get started with Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Echo Zulu. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Good evening, how are you?
Hey, you Kimberly and everyone on the net. It's KO4TZ and doing okay. A little tired. It's been a hectic week. I'm actually I've got this round table in one ear, and I've got another round table in my other ear at the moment, so kind of a bit of a multitask, but not much to report here. Just been keeping busy, and currently in the works of probably building another computer. My primary computer I'm using for all my digital and logging and such. Well, I had a CPU fan and decided it wanted to burn up on me, so I'm currently down a machine. So I'll probably be spending the bulk of this week trying to get another machine up and going so I can get back in the swing of things. KO4TZ, send it on down.
Oh no, that is no good. Sucks to hear that your machine burned out, but hopefully you'll get another one built up. Alright, we're gonna move it on over to Whiskey 7 Charlie Hotel Yankee. Welcome aboard. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, thanks for the welcome. Not doing too badly. It's been a bit hectic, but, you know, that's pretty normal. It's very warm. That's to be expected. Thank you very much.
It would help if I didn't minimize the the computer software for transmitting onto the net. Hi. Alright, yeah, it's been pretty hot here as well, but that's no surprise because we're in the desert. Alright, well, once again, welcome aboard, and we will call you again in just a little bit. Alright, we've reached the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anyone else out there. This is KJ7OMO, your net control station, and we're looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. Starting off with the 146.560 machine, so only folks listening into 146.560. It's a simplex frequency, no PL tone needed. If you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group Net and join in on the conversation, make your presence known, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alrighty, nobody on frequency at this time, so anyone, anywhere, regardless of how you are getting into the network. If you'd like to check in and make your presence known, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically.
DJ 2 GPU, DJ 2 GPU, 6 Kilo 0, how are you?
Alright, we got Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform. Welcome aboard. Do we have anyone else out there that would like to check into the Pride Radio Group Net? Come now with your call signs, please. Alright, anyone else out there that would like to join in on the conversation? Come now with your call signs. Slowly, twice, and phonetically, please. Alrighty, over to Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform. Hello, Ray, how are you?
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. It's good to hear you again. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Got myself ready, reheated some of my dinner for lunch, and yesterday I had my first good session on the portable and doing a bit of 40 meters SSB. So that was nice to test out the doublet I was putting together from home. And back to Net Control, KJ7OMO. This is VK2 GPU.
Alright, VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO returning. Fantastic. I'm glad that you had a lot of fun, and that must have been really exciting getting on the air and making some contacts on HF. Awesome. Good for you. Really awesome. One of these days I ought to try going out portable and making some HF contacts that way. But for right now, I am stationary here at my shack. Alright, we're going to send it back up to the top of the list. KO4TZ, KJ7OMO. Your turn again.
But KO4TZ, hope everyone's having a good day today. I'm surprised, honestly, how well the audio is on this extension. So it's pretty neat. I've having quite a bit of luck over it versus going through DroidStar, going through DMR, or going the Echolink route for that matter. It's I haven't had any dropouts whatsoever, and everybody's pretty clear. Not a whole lot to report. I'm still in this other round table in my other ear, so, and they're having quite a day on their end, and not much for here. Did get the wire antenna put up for 40, and it seems to be performing okay. I probably could make a couple of adjustments on it, but not too bad. I managed to go from 20 folks in my logbook all the way up to 95 now. Trying out FT8 for the first, and instead of being the shortwave listener, actually doing the transmitting. So it seemed to go pretty well, and I just, like I said, I've got to make a couple adjustments on it. I did not hear any Australia stations today on 40 or 20, but maybe later on in the night I may have that option. It must have been Europe as of today. And also extra guide wires. So I've learned when we had a little bit of a mild storm up here, and it did get quite windy. And seeing that I could see the wire antenna pole from my window just sitting there, just swaying back and forth. Yeah, definitely some additional guide wires are in, or will be in the works. Let's see, KO4TZ, we'll send it on down.
Alright, KO4TZ, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, that's awesome. Good to know that you're finally transmitting on HF finally, and that everything is working out great. And yep, your audio on your phone system is working pretty good, though I do recommend when you key up next time to give a second or two of audio of silence before you actually speak, because I noticed that the very beginning of your transmissions are being cut off. So do give those few seconds after you key up, and then you should be fine. Alright, back to Whiskey 7 Charlie Hotel Yankee from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station. It's your turn again.
Okay, thank you. This is the first time I'm joining a net using Echo Link on my phone, so this is an interesting experience. Doing radio with a cell phone is kind of new to me, but I like that that's a cool thing we can do. Anyway, thank you for running the net and everything. W7CHY.
All right, awesome sauce. You're controlling all sorts. You're going out on all sorts of different repeaters and such throughout the world. Currently, you're just going out through a few RF repeaters. You know, in a few places. But once our network starts getting bigger and we expand and we reach out to more repeater owners and get hooked onto the repeaters, and eventually we're gonna go out to all sorts of places. But yeah, once again, welcome aboard, and we will call you again in a little while. Over to VK2 GPU. It's your turn again, Ray. KJ7OMO.
OMO, you passed it over to me just as I was trying to chew down my last bite of my lunch. Hi. Good to hear that other people are getting on HF. Was it KO4 KEZ just getting wire in the S40 meters up here in an Australian station? After the Pride Radio Net, I'd be happy to put my radio up, although I can only put my radio back up. I can only put out about 10 watts from the East Coast. I can usually hear stations in the US, but I don't know how well they tend to hear me. Anyways, back to net control. It is VK2 GP.
Alright, VK2 GPU KJ7OMO returning. Speaking of HF, I was gonna try and take check-ins to the net from HF, but, well, some things happened here and there, and I decided, forget it. Plus the weather looks a little bit sketchy, so I kind of don't want to plug in my HF rig with the weather looking sketchy, but I do have my 2-meter thing hooked up to the outdoor antenna, but as soon as those sketchy weather gets even worse, then I'll go ahead and turn that machine off and unplug it. For right now, I think it'll be okay. But yeah, with your 10-watt limitation, and yeah, your country's kind of silly for limiting you to 10 watts, but it's gonna be a pretty hard time making a trip across the pond, though it has happened. It's just difficult. Now, in my situation, I have a very compromised antenna, so even I have a rough time hearing stations in that direction, though once in a great while, I do pick up a few Aussie and New Zealand contacts whenever I'm on FT8 or JS8 calls, so I can reach Australia. But again, it's difficult for me because of my compromised antenna, and also because I suffer from severe local interference. Anyways, let me reset for a moment. Alrighty, this is KJ7OMO, and we are at the bottom of the list again, so that means that we're taking in more check-ins, so yeah. If anyone out there would like to check into the net and join in on the conversation and make your presence known, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. All right, anyone out there wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And as a reminder to the folks listening on 146.56, it's a simplex frequency and no PL tone is needed. Alright, nobody else out there at this time, so we're gonna send it back up to the top. KO4 TEZ KJ7OMO, your turn again.
Giving it a couple seconds to propagate. KO4TZ. I think it was a station that was asking on call, Tango Echo Zulu. And we could give it a shot, 10. I've actually been running the FTA on 40 at 5 watts during the duration of actually having this antenna up and testing it. All of my FT8 contacts that I have on my QRZ logbook at the moment for 40 and 20, they've all been 5 watts. I haven't even taken it off it just to see what I could do with low power on that wire. I had actually cut this one for 7.074 for 40, so it seemed like it's performing all right. It's got this preference of wanting to go towards the likes of Ireland and the likes of not having a whole lot of directivity behind it. So, but it seems like it's holding its own for the bulk, anyways. And I've also got. I've actually got to find a use for 2 antennas that I've committed myself to getting from another ham. Supposed to be going to Hamfest in September, and they offered up to have to offer me up a J-pole antenna and a Slim Jim for 2. Said he's done moved up to his Hustler antenna, and he has no use for the Slim Jim nor the J-pole antenna. So now to see what I can get in trouble with those 2 antennas. Maybe something I mess around with use with my Digipeater. I haven't been doing a whole lot with it lately. And I'm also thinking about getting one of those little weather stations to also put up on this pole that I've got the wire on, just to put about midways. I know they have the Davis weather stations, but they little pricey. I don't know if that's the route I want to go or not, but they say it integrates really well with the Bluetooth, and it's got a radio link where you can use it for APRS, I believe, built into it. But it's not something I've really looked a whole lot into. Maybe somebody in the round table might contribute on that idea. Maybe offer some suggestions, alternatives. KO4TEZ, sending it back to net control.
Alright, KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO. That is amazing that you were able to have great results with only 5 watts to a wire. I've been using 100 watts to the wire the whole time, but maybe I should try my luck with QRP. So yeah, that is something I'm thinking about doing. Trying my luck with QRP. Alright, over to W7CHY, KJ7OMO. It's your turn again.
Thank you very much. Most of the rest of my evening, I'm going to be looking after my partner's rabbit and watching TV. So I'm not planning to do a whole lot today. I hope everybody else is planning to have as relaxing a night. W7CHY.
Alright, W7CHY, KJ7OMO returning. That sounds fantastic. Nothing wrong with relaxing with the partner there. Alright, passing it on to VK2 GPU. This is KJ7OMO.
Very much KJ7OMO. KO4TZ, that sounds pretty good for 5 watts. I tend to get better performance with on 40 meter FT8 on evenings. I seem to hear from a lot of folks in the US then. So if in about 5 hours you're running FT8, I'll likely start running FT8. I tend to run it for a bit on 40 in the evening. So you guys can keep an eye out for your call sign on there. See if we can make contact. It'd be actually quite fun. No need to coordinate it. We can sort of bring it as you like. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I've just got my radio set back up. I really need to figure out a better solution for portable, because I think my setup is a little bulky to carry around for portable. It's not, it could be worse, but I think if I can reduce the number of moving parts, like I was talking to GP5QI yesterday about portable antenna, and yeah, I feel like I need to get some RG316. Maybe not use a doublet when setting up portable, go with a dipole instead perhaps, and just, yeah, try and lighten the amount of wiring that I have between bits of kit, because it would be really nice to quickly set up. I mean, it would be even better than not be balancing a radio on a rock and sitting on a wet, dirty ground. Anyway, back to you, Net Control. This was VK2 GPU.
Alright, VK2 GPU KJ7OMO returning. Alright, awesome sauce. Might be able to flip on the rig and see if I could catch your call sign on FT8, or if you'd like, we could also give JSA a try. But yeah, for sure I will. That's if I don't forget that this, and also if the weather permits, because again, it looks a little sketchy out there right now. I'll flip that on in a few hours and see if I could catch you on a 40 meter FT8 or JS8 or whatever you want to try. It don't matter to me. Though voice is probably not going to work too well at the moment because, well, I think I blew out the microphone preamp on my IC718, so, yeah. The thing is not modulating very well on voice. Anyways, we're at the bottom of the list again, and one dumb thing I forgot to ask for whenever I ask for call signs is, well, people's pronouns. So on the next round, if you'd like to let them be known, then feel free to do so. So, let's see if there's anyone else out there that would like to make your presence known on the Pride Radio GroupNet and check in and join in on the conversation. Let's start off with the folks listening in on 146.56. So only those folks on 146.56. It's a simplex frequency. No PL tone is needed for the time being. If you'd like to check in, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. This is KJ7OMO, your Net Control station. Alright, nobody on frequency at this time, so let's open it up to anyone, anywhere. So regardless of how you are reaching this net, if you'd like to check in and have fun with us, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, anyone, anywhere, if you'd like to check into the Pride Radio GroupNet, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and if you wish, your pronouns as well. I keep forgetting to ask for that. Hi. Wow, it's all silence out there at this time. But don't worry. We'll take more check-ins in a while. Back to KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO. Oh my god, I keep screwing up. Yo! Woohoo! Kilo Oscar 4, Tango Echo Zulu, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. It had its first stutter. That was odd. It seems to be working now. KO4TEZ, and yeah, if you guys want to work out something with FT8 on 40, I'm game. Only thing is, I almost actually forgot about the roundtable being tonight because of the time difference. I've also got this local roundtable and our local repeater that I also get in about the same time, and it just kind of dawned on me. It's like, oh wait a minute, tonight's club roundtable. So, but did manage to make it in. But yeah, if anyone wants to try FT8 a little bit later, weather permits, I'm game. And I did map it out earlier. I just haven't gotten around to posting it yet or doing anything with it yet. But I can post a map out. I took my ADEF file and converted it over to Google Maps and let it map out where confirmed QSOs reached on the 5 watts, and I can post that in the Club Discord momentarily. I'm currently waiting on this live video Facebook. I was trying to test something out with this sound card and trying to get it to upload. It's being a little stubborn. It just says please wait a few seconds before closing your browser, but it's been doing that for the last 3 minutes, so may have to check that out. Very strange. But I'm going to give it back to Net Control. KO4TEZ.
Alright, KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO returning. Sounds like you're juggling some things around. Got multiple nets happening at the same time. You're participating in both. You must be quite the a multitasker there. Alright, back over to W7CHY. It's your turn again, KJ7OMO.
And pronouns they, them. I realized I didn't actually say that earlier. Listening to y'all talk about FT8 and stuff, it's really interesting. That's not stuff I've had a chance to play with yet because I just don't have the gear, but it's definitely stuff that I want to get into, so I'm really just enjoying hearing you all talk about it. It's great, thank you. W7CHY, back to you.
Alright, awesome. W7CHY, KJ7OMO returning. Yep, there's like so many different modes that you could play with on HF. There's like a whole lot of them. I think on FL Digi, I think there's like, what, maybe 50 or so different modes, I think, give or take, that you could play with. But but my most favorite on the FLD Digi, my most favorite ones on that one are PSK31, RTTY, Hellscriber, and let's see, sometimes Olivia and a few others. But I do experiment with the remainder of the modes as well. And then JS8 is so far my top #1 most favorite mode. FT8 is also a fun mode to play with, along with its sub-modes, such as JT something, I forget what it's called. Occasionally I'll play with Whisper, and then, let's see, Vara. Vara is a pretty interesting mode, and there is a program called VAR AC, Victor Alpha Romeo Alpha Charlie, that basically hacks Vara and turns it into a chat client where you could chat with other folks over HF, much like you can on Discord. So that's another fun little thing to play with. And of course, I also play with WinLink over Vara as well. So yeah, all sorts of nifty little things. And of course, I like using single sideband and AM as well on phone modes, and on the upper and above HF, obviously FM and digital voice. But yeah, there's all sorts of things you could do on HF, VHF, UHF, and beyond. And here, coming soon, I will receive a little tiny Wi-Fi router that can be that can have its firmware modified for amateur radio use. Yep, that's right. I will be setting up a modified Wi-Fi router on the Arden amateur radio network, and I'll be doing a lot of fun things with that. So heck yeah, there's again all sorts of cool stuff you can do on ham radio. All right, let me reset for a moment, and then we'll let me just reset for a moment.
VK2WAY, just popping in to say hello from my phone very quickly. Going back to the side and back to what I was doing. VK2WAY, saying hello.
Alright, you're acknowledged, VK2WAY. Alright, over to VK2GPU, KJ7OMO.
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. Nothing much this time round. I just passed it along. I'm literally just sat here drinking tea, trying to fully wake up at the moment and get ready to go outside and actually tweak my antenna to try and make sure it's a bit better in tune without having to rely on the G90's tuning abilities. Back to net control, this is VK2GPU.
Alright, VK2GPU sounds awesome. I don't have much to say this time, so, since Jared didn't want to wait until check-ins, naughty Jared, that's alright. That's alright. I'll give them some slack here. I'll pass it over to VK2WAY, see if they want to say something else real quick. KJ7OMO. Alright, looks like VK2WAY was an in and out for now, but they will be checked back in when they are ready. And so, yeah, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anyone else out there that would like to make your presence known, join the conversation, and chat with us and have fun. If you'd like to, anyone, anywhere, if you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. And a reminder to folks on 146.560, no PL is needed, and it is simplex. So, once again, anyone, anywhere, regardless of how you are getting into the network, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, if you would like to make your presence known. This is KJ7OMO.
Zulu Lima 2 Radio Oscar, ZL2 RO.
All right, we have Zulu Lima 2 Radio Oscar. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio Group Net? Come now with your call signs, please. All right, do we have anyone else out there that would like to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. All right, we're gonna move it on. All right, we're gonna pass it over to Zulu Lima 2 Romeo Oscar. Hello, Phil. How are you? This is KJ7OMO. Huh. That's weird. Zulu Lima 2, Romeo Oscar, ZL2RO. It seems like you're not making it in. I'll put it back to you to try again. ZL2RO. Yeti KJ7OMO. Let's try this again. And what was I gonna say? Oh, yes, and if you would like to make your pronouns known, feel free to do so.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I had my transmission then, did you? Was I there or was I somewhere else?
Oh, there you are, ZL2RO, KJ7OMO. Yeah, don't know what happened there. I guess you may have transmitted on the wrong VFO, but we hear you now. So we'll put it back to you for your report or whatever that is that you want to say. Back to you.
Yeah, sorry about that. ZL2 here. Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not sure what time it is where you are. Afternoon here in ZL. Coming at 3 o'clock. I know it'd be early afternoon in BK land. Not sure what the topics have been today, but trust they were good ones. And Jared must have disappeared because I heard you put a call out for him. But nothing much to report on. It's Sunday afternoon and yeah, not much else going on. Back to net control.
Yep. ZL2RO KJ7OMO returning. Yep, Jared put out a call before it was time for check-ins. So, yeah, I put them on the check-in list anyway. So, yeah, I tried calling out for them again, and I guess they must have went away, because they, apparently they were doing something that needed their attention, I guess, and they didn't have much time, so, hopefully they will be back later on. Anyways, back to the top. KO4TEZ to KJ7OMO.
Just making the switch back over to 40 meters real quickly. I put that think it's the same. The FTA 5-block map that I had mapped out those contacts. I got those posted in the kids channel. And currently checking progress with Grid Tracker. I've started using that just today, actually. Pretty nifty piece of software. I don't actually know why I haven't used it up to this point. It's actually pretty useful. And as far as Digi goes, I've played around with a couple of the modes. Have not played with the teletype mode yet. I have done a little bit of gritty decode, but haven't decoded gritty. I've had decoded some Contesta and ESK. Things like the size and a little bit of SSTV with M and SSTV. The only thing is I've only been able to get out once. Reliably checking the World SSTV camera station in Texas. Managed to see a transmission that I sent out that way. Fairly good reception on there, but did not get any call return on the CQ SSTV. But we'll try again. The thing is, I am a little limited with this radio. I've minimum of 5 up to 100. And, it does do a pretty decent job. But do not have an amp, and actually am having to cut my wires specifically for the frequency I want to use. I don't have a dedicated tuner for these bands. So that is something I'm going to be picking up at the nearest Hampstead in September, getting an external tuner radio. And possibly a signal link too. I'm having to do a weird contraption for my box control at the moment, but it seems to be doing a decent job. Definitely do want to get something a little portable. I'm planning on replacing the 706 and taking it as my, will most likely be taking it as my mobile unit, either in a vehicle or may use it for my parts on the air. I haven't decided yet, or not the most efficient that application. But still looking at different options. The main replacement is going to be 7300, and I've decided for the time being to skimp on the 9700 and replace it instead with the 998 for backup for HF.
108 timeout.
3-band radio. And it may be something I explore later on, but that's quite a bit of chunk change. For the time being. Send it back to Net Control KO4T. Let's see the pound button.
Alright, KO4TZKJ7OMO, just so you know, you went over the 3-minute time limit and you timed out the network. But luckily I was able to hear the end of your transmission by simply holding on to the transmit button on my side just to force the network to stay open so that we could hear your transmission. But yeah. Yeah, just so you know, there is a 3-minute timeout timer on the network, so if you need to go more than 3 minutes, you'll have to take a pause for a moment, let the network drop, and then key back up, let it start back up again, and then continue your transmission. Anyways, yeah, that sounds all fine and good. I don't remember what I was going to say, so for right now, we'll just send it over to W7CHY KJ7OMO.
I was kind of interested in the Arden stuff you mentioned, because the Hamwan stuff around here is something that I've been wanting to play with for a while. I have a couple of routers at home that can support the firmware needed, so I just need to get around to playing with it a bit, but that's definitely something that's on my list. The intersection of like radio and networking in particular is very interesting for me. So thank you for mentioning that one. But other than that, I want to play with more digital modes generally, but I'm still mostly on VHF and UHF right now. So I do a bit of like DMR and APRS stuff, but I'm getting there, and I want to branch out a little bit more. So it's really cool to hear about all this stuff. Thank you. W7CHY, back to net.
Alright, W7CHY KJ7OMO returning. Yep, once again, all these digital stuff is quite fun, and yeah, you'll have a lot of fun doing that. Once I get my little Arden router over here and get it working on Arden and all that stuff, eventually I want to slap an amplifier on that thing to boost its signal, and probably take an old satellite TV dish and see if I could modify that into an antenna for the Arden Wi-Fi router, so I can create a nice directional beam and point it to the other Arden nodes in my area. That would be a lot of fun. With a secondary Arden node that's just on a standard omnidirectional antenna. You know, that's the plan that I have eventually. But for right now, the little node that I'm getting, it's just gonna be on a omnidirectional antenna, and I'm gonna play around with that again. Anyways, over to VK2 GPU KJ7OMO. It's your turn again, Ray.
Thanks very much there, KJ7OMO. And not a lot to say. I'm still kind of tired, feeling a little low spoon after back-to-back QSOs for an hour and a bit in an uncomfortable position yesterday. So I'm kind of mostly just listening in this week and just working a little 15-meter SPH. Not a lot of luck so far, but it's kind of idle. I'm going to just see if I can I'll poke around at some radio stuff, do a little bit of reading. I might do a little bit of study, just kind of refresh myself since I want to go to advanced later in the year. But so it's VK2 GPU, back to next one.
Alright, VK2 GPU KJ7OMO. Sounds good to me. Alright, over to ZL2RO. This is KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, ZL2RO. Digital modes, yeah, they're great visual modes. I've been running D-Star multi-mode reflector here in New Zealand for 4 years now. History behind that was it was the first ever multi-mode XLX reflector server, physical server in New Zealand that was put up. And quite proud to say that it's been running ever since, and still running now. And I've got a digital repeater at home. I'm having some trouble with my digital repeater on D-Star. It seems to cut out some of the transmission, and trying to figure out why it's doing that. So I can have a QSO and like now, and transmission will be 100% that transmitting, and what I receive coming back can be chopped up. Even parts of the QSO get chopped up. So when I do what's called an echo test, it'll tell me what I'm linked to, but every time it'll miss a little piece out and then keep going. So I'm a little baffled to why that's happening. But I'm going to switch it over to DMR repeater. Hopefully maybe sometime today switch it over to DMR. Since it's licensed as a multi-mode repeater. See how that goes. But yeah. Digital modes are quite fun. Over.
Alright, ZL2RO, was that the end of your transmission?
Yeah, QSL, sorry, I should have said back to the control, sorry about that.
Alright, not a problem. Things happen. This is KJ7OMO, and we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have some other folks out there that would like to check into the Pride Radio Group Net. Or if you've already been checked in and you were checked out and wish to check back in again, you're more than welcome to return. If there's anyone out there that would like to make your presence known, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Let's take a peek at the 146.560 machine. No PL tone needed, and it is simplex. If you'd like to make your presence known on the Pride Radio Group Net and join in the conversation, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, opening back up to anyone, anywhere again. So, if you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group Net, anyone, anywhere, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Well, hot diggity dog, there's no one out there at this time. Boo. Alright, we're gonna send it back up to the top. KO4TEZ KJ7OMO.
In the ad at the moment, so I think I'm gonna give up my turn and pass it on down. KO4TEZ.
Alright, no problem. W7CHY KJ7OMO.
Thanks. This will probably be the last chance I get to transmit because I'm going to have to leave in a few minutes and go pick my partner up. But so thank you for running the net. It was really interesting to listen to, and I look forward to trying to get back to it next week and hear you all again. So thank you for participating. Thank you. Back to Net Control, W7CHY.
Alright, awesome sauce. W7CHY KJ7OMO returning. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and having fun with us, and we shall see you next week on the net. 7-3. Over to VK2 GPU KJ7OMO.
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. Oh, I did forget to mention earlier, pronouns she, her. I've been kept forgetting until I released the key on the radio. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just check out of the net for now. I feel pretty tired and blessed, but I'll still be listening in. I might check in later on if it's still going, but I'm gonna just try and tidy up my chat a little bit while listening in, because there are some things that I want to try and find, like my audio isolator, because I want to try and figure out why I'm getting some weirdness with my radio and FT8, and I just want to rule out a few things. But yeah, this was VK2 GPU, and I'll pass it back to Net Control.
Alright, no problem. VK2 GPU KJ70MO, 7333 to you, and you're more than welcome to return anytime. Have fun with your activities there. Over to ZL2RO, KJ7OMO.
KJ7 OMO's in out to our right, that came around real quick. Yeah, I'm just washing some dishes at the moment. Stuff that's too big for the dishwasher. Isn't that funny, eh? All the modern technology that we have. Dishwashers have been around a long time, but it's quite funny. Rather funny. Reminds you of a story, if I'm permitted to say it. My uncle, he's gone a long time ago, but he got a dishwasher really early on in the piece. This is in the mid-80s, and it was a coastal town that we used to go there at Christmas time. Anyway, we had this brand new dishwasher, and what did we end up doing still? Washing them by hand in the sink. Never used it. Crazy. But never mind. These things happen. Yeah, back to Net Control from ZL2RO.
ZL2RO, KJ7OMO returning. Wow, what a shame. So they waste their money on buying a dishwasher only to never use it. Wow, that is so crazy. Mind blown. I guess they like wasting money on things. Okay, we are at the bottom of the list again, so let's see if there's anyone out there that would like to check in or return to the net. So let's start off with folks on 146.560. Simplex frequency, no PL tone needed. If you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, come now with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically. This is KJ7OMO. Alright, sorry about that. I had to turn the squelch down just to see if there was any weak stations on 146.560, so we're going to give 146.560 another chance to check in. KJ7OMO. Alright, nobody on that frequency at this time, so we are gonna take check-ins now from anyone, anywhere. So, anyone, anywhere, regardless of how you are getting into the net. If you would like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, or if you were previously checked in and wish to check back in. So, new check-ins and folks checking back in. If you'd like to make your presence known or return, come now with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically.
India Papa, VK2 Zulu India Papa from Sydney.
All right, I heard Victor Kilo 2 station. Could you repeat your call sign one more time, please?
India Papa, VK2 Zulu India Papa, and I'm in Sydney, over.
All right, Victor Kilo 2, Zulu, India, Papa. Do we have, all right, you've been acknowledged. Do we have anyone else out there that would like to check into the Pride Radio group net? Come now with your call signs, please.
Bravo Sierra Delta, pedestrian mobile on FM analog, in and out.
Alright, I think there was a pile-up, I'm not sure. Station ending in Delta, could you repeat your call sign one more time, please? KJ7 OMO.
Bravo Sierra Delta, Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, pedestrian mobile, in and out.
There we go. Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, mobile in and out. Thank you for stopping by. And a 7-3. Was there another station out there trying to check in? A KJ7 OMO. Alright, do we have any other stations wishing to check into the Pride Radio group net? Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, over to Victor Kilo 2, Zulu, India Papa. Hello, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard to Pride Radio GroupNet. We'll pass it on to you, and if you wish to make your pronouns known, you may do so.
To all Annette, oh sorry, well it's afternoon where I am anyway in Sydney, and maybe afternoon where you are as well, I think, but somewhat later, or even evening. My name is Lou, Lima Echo Whiskey, short for Lewis. I'm out riding my bike. I have a very small handheld, a VX2R, which is why probably the signal isn't great. I'm going through the Paddington repeater, and I'm on the other side of the city, so it's away. But I like to listen to the net while I'm riding, and I stopped because I was exhausted, so I thought I'd say hello. Not much else from me, except I will mention that VK2 Bravo Sierra Delta, I don't think he was checking in and out. I think he was saying he was on analog in and out. And what's your name, please? VK2 ZIP listening.
Alright, Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, returning. It is actually evening time where I'm at, and my name is Kimberly, Kilo India Mike, Bravo, Echo, Romeo, Lima, Yankee. Once again, name is Kimberly, Kilo India Mike, Bravo, Echo, Romeo Lima Yankee Kimberly, and my pronouns are she, her, and you have stumbled upon the Pride Radio group net. Welcome aboard. This is a roundtable net, so we will call you again in just a little bit, and your signal is sounding pretty good into the repeater, so no problems there. And Bicycle Mobile, yep. Sounds like you're having fun pedaling the bike around and talking on the radio. So yeah, once again, no problem with your signal. You're making it in just fine. And we have an in and out from VK2BSD once again. Hello to you, and thank you for stopping by N73. Did we have anyone else out there wishing to check in before we take it back up to the top? Come now with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, anybody that was previously checked in that wishes to return, come now with your call signs, please. Alright, we'll send it back over to Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Echo Zulu. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
I think I might actually be talked down. Just kind of listening in and everybody else's conversations. Don't have a whole lot to add. I'm surprised at the count of people in net tonight. That's pretty cool. But like I said, not a whole lot to add. But we'll go on the side listen. KO4T.
Alright, KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO returning. Yep, we're at 9 people so far on the net, so yeah, we're doing pretty good. Over to ZL2RO. This is KJ7OMO.
Can I just take a standby, Kimberly? Just take a standby. I'll be listening. Over.
Alright, ZL2RO, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, no problem. We'll call you back in a little while. Back to Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Looks like their signal is not making it in this time. We'll try Victor Kilo 2 Zulu India Papa one more time. Who is Bicycle Mobile, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, nothing heard. I'm assuming that they are no longer within range of the repeater, so we're at the bottom of the list again, so let's see if there's anyone else out there that would like to check into the Pride Radio Group net. For those of you who are on 146.560, this is a simplex frequency and no PL tone is needed, so Anyone, anywhere, regardless of how you are getting into the net. If you'd like to make your presence known, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. This is KJ7OMO. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in or return to the net? Come now with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Boy, it's nothing but crickets out there. Back over to KO4TEZ to KJ7OMO.
The right number. I don't have any light on this phone, so it's kind of hard to see if I hit the engage or not, but believing so. Still not a whole lot to add, but I guess one thing to note, since Handler IP seems to be working so well, I think I may try to set up some kind of extension onto our local repeater onto the network. So it's pretty stable, and I think it will be kind of neat. I'm already wanting to play around with IVR a little bit more. Maybe we could put stuff like club bulletins and stuff, club event info, things like that, have them on different areas of the menu system, and be able to have it where I can set it and have it ring the club radio room phone, or hit 2 and call the repeater trustee, or 3 for webmaster, or things of that nature. Thinking about it anyway. It'd be a good weekend project. KO4TEZ, back to net control.
Alright, KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO returning. Yep, that sounds really awesome. Sounds like a fun project. I might consider putting something like that on my node. Something to think about. Over to ZL2RO, KJ7OMO. Zulu Lima 2, Radio Ocean, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. It's your turn again. It looks like we lost ZL2RO. Back over to Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. I'm not sure who that was, but I heard a kerchunk. If that's you, VK2ZIP, try that again. KJ7OMO. Alright, Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. It looks like you are no longer within range of the repeater. All I heard was a huge static burst, so if you could try and get your antenna pointed more towards the repeater or bump up your power and try again. We'll see if we could pick you up. Back over to you. Yeah, unfortunately, you're not making it in there. We'll try again in a little while. VK2ZIPKJ7OMO. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list again, so let's see if there's any other person out there that would like to check into the Pride Radio Group net and make your presence known and join in the conversation. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically.
VK5 Zulu Sierra Hotel, Victor Kilowatt 5 Zulu Sierra Hotel. Dale, just in and out, thanks there, Kimberly, and morning, evening, afternoon, etc. to everyone and listeners. Cheers.
Alright, we have an in and out from Victor Kilo 5, Zulu Sierra Hotel. Thank you for stopping by. And 7-3. Do we have anyone else out there that would like to make your presence known? Come now with your call signs, please. Let's take a peek at the 146.560 machine. It is a simplex frequency. No PL tone is needed. If you'd like to make your presence known on this net, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, that was me lowering the squelch again to see if I could pick up any weak stations. There is nobody out there at this time, so we're gonna give it one more shot for anyone, anywhere. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically if you would like to make your presence known on the net and join the conversation. Alright, we're gonna send it back up to the top. KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO.
Propagate, but I think I may go ahead and call it, at least for the time being. I just don't have a whole lot to add tonight. I thought I'd have more to contribute, but I may think of some more later. I think I'm going to sit here and watch my FTX feeds and take care of some online account stuff for the time being. But we'll be listening. KO4TZ.
Alright, KO4TEZ, KJ7OMO returning. Thank you for stopping by and having fun with us and hanging out with us, and we shall say 7-3 to you. Back over to Zulu Lima 2, Romeo Oscar. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. ZL2RO, KJ7OMO. Alright, looks like we've lost, we still haven't gotten back Phil, ZL2RO. Let's see if Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, Bicycle Mobile can reach the repeater again. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Unfortunately, Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, you are still not making it in, so, we're gonna go ahead and, take some more check-ins, and we'll get back with you in a little while. So, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio group net at this time? Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically.
KJ7OMO, this is BK2WAY.
Alright, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, welcome back. You have been placed back in your previous spot. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check back into the Pride Radio group? Wishing to check in to the Pride Radio group net or return to the Pride Radio group net? Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, one more time. Anyone out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio group net or return to the Pride Radio group net, come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you're on 146.560, it's a simplex machine and no PL tone is needed. Alright, over to Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Hello. Hello, Jared. How are you? Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee. It's your turn. How are you, Jared? Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee returning, and good day to everybody on the Pride net. Haven't had a chance to catch on what's been happening today. I'm still out and about, but I will be heading home shortly. So yeah, if it's still going when I get home, I will definitely be joining you all. So for now, 73 to everybody, and you can check me back out from home. Thanks, Kimberly. KJ7 Olmo, this is VK2WAY, back to net control.
Alright, no problem. VK2WAY, KJ7OMO. Yeah, if the net is still going, we'll definitely call you back. Let's try ZL2RO again. See if Phil is back. KJ7OMO. It is safe to say that ZL2RO is gone, so I will check them out. Let's see if the bicycle mobile station is able to reach the repeater again. Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Well, unfortunately, we are not able to hear the bicycle mobile station, so I'll go ahead and check them out for now, but they are more than welcome to return once they are able to reach the repeater again. Boy, looks like pretty much everybody's gone, so I'm gonna put out a call, one more call for check-ins, so if there's anyone out there that wishes to check into the Pride Radio Group net, make your presence known. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio Group net? Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. And if you're on 146.560, it's simplex, no PL tone needed. Alright, do we have any previous check-ins wishing to return to the net? Come now with your call signs, solely, twice, and phonetically. Alright, we're gonna put out one more call for Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, see if they're there. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee returning, and yeah, I'm still with you, just getting into the car and getting ready to start driving back towards QTH here. It's been a good morning of derby training, and yeah, looking forward to our game next weekend. Kind of weird being back, and even weirder being a sports venue without being on the payroll. Back to you.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so weird. But yeah, we had 10 people checking in today. That was so awesome. And it looks like all of them bowed out, so you're the only one left. Oh no. Alright, I think I'll go ahead and put out one last call for any check-ins, and if nobody shows up, then we're gonna go ahead and close the net and just have a normal conversation. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in to the Pride Radio Group net? Come down with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Let's take a peek at 146.560. So 146.560. Anybody on that simplex frequency? No PL tone is needed. If you like to make your presence known on the net, come now with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, once again, that was me reducing the squelch to see if there's any weak stations out there, but no, nobody else out there at this time. Oh boy, we'll pass it back to VK2WAY, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO and group, hi, VK2WAY returning. I guess if net is kind of wrapping up at this point, then I might leave it and just have a QSO with you directly when I get home. I don't need to be doing all the formalities in net while driving and stuff. But still not in range of ROT, it looks like, unfortunately. So using DV switch on the phone, unfortunately. But we are now actually properly out of the venue and should be home in about 20 or so minutes. Seattle Met will be on by then. So back to you, KJ7OMO.
Alright, sounds good. We'll see you then. Now, VK2WAY, KJ7OMO. Thanks for stopping by the net, and 7-3 to you, and we'll see you again in a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna put out a final call for check-ins. Final call. Final call here. If you'd like to check into the net, come now with your call sign, slowly, twice, and phonetically.
VK2 Zulu, India Papa, just arrived home. I'm on a different radio, but still portable. Just check in and out. I'll be listening, but I'm going to get some lunch now. But let's see if you're hearing me anyway. KJ7OMA, VK2 Zulu, India Papa.
Alright, Victor Kilo 2, Zulu India Papa, Bicycle Mobile, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Alright, we heard you that time, and thank you for listening into the net, and 7-3 to you. And by the way, this net happens every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. The time right now in UTC is 3:45 in the morning, so this net has been going on for about an hour and 45 minutes. So, you're more than welcome to stop by the net and check in with us every week. Once again, the schedule for that in Coordinated Universal Time is Sundays at 2 a.m., and we will always be here. Alright, with that, I would like to encourage all unlicensed listeners out there to go get your ham radio licenses. You know, study for those exams and get your ham radio licenses. If you're wondering how you can get your ham radio licenses, well, in the U.S. at least, you can go to hamstudy.org. That's hamstudy.org. And take the practice test, starting with the technician exam. You have to start with a technician exam, no choice there. And once you get that, if you wish to move on up to a higher level license, then you will next go for your general exam and eventually finish with extra if you wish to go that far. So yeah, if you'd like to join in on the fun, be sure you study for those exams and get your ham licenses. Once again, for U.S. folks, that is hamstudy.org, hamstudy.org, and I think they handle Canadian stuff as well. If you're outside the U.S. and I think Canada, you will have to reach out to your local ham radio club or ham radio license, whoever is in charge of that. You can do a Google search for amateur radio licenses in your local area, and I'm pretty sure that will point you in the right direction. Let me reset. Alrighty, folks, it's been fun, but I'm gonna have to close the net now because we have nobody else left to talk to. I would like to thank all of you for participating and having fun on this net. I also would like to thank the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney, as well as the folks behind the VK3RBO repeater, for the use of both of their systems to carry this net, as well as Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Echo Delta and Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee, as well as the rest of the Pride Radio Group for making this net possible. I now return all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their abnormal abuse. I mean normal amateur use. 7-3 everyone, from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. And for those of you who will remain connected to the Pride Radio Network, in a little while I'm going to connect it to the Puget Sound repeater system so that we can join Siobhan's net, which will happen in just a little bit, but for right now we'll turn the system back to normal operation, and we'll see you in a little bit. KJ7OMO 73, y'all.
Yeah, 73 Kimberly, and thanks for running net today. Sorry I couldn't be around more for it. This is Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee. One quick question though, the previous station who was I.O., was that Victor Kilo 2 Zulu India Papa? I just wanted to confirm the call sign there if you don't mind, Kimberly, or VK2 ZIP themselves. This is VK2 WAY.
Yep, VK2WAY, KJ7OMO returning. Well, they were in the net earlier, but we had a hard time hearing them because they were bicycle mobile and we just had such a hard time, so I just checked them out, but then they came back as a I.O. But yes, their call sign is Victor Kilo 2 Zulu India Papa. Victor Kilo 2 Zulu India Papa. As in to zip your mouth shut. Hi, I'm just messing around. But yeah, their call sign is Victor Kilo 2 Zulu India Papa. Hopefully you got that. And, yeah, we shall see you in a little bit. 7-3, VK2WAY, KJ7OMO.
Copy that, VK2WAY, returning KJ7OMO here. Yeah, just that call sign was previously held by a very, very famous Australian man. Does not hold that call sign now that I know of, but yeah, that was certainly a well-known call for probably a long, long time around Australia before that person got a new one. So I'm assuming it's not the same person, but yeah, back to you, KJ709, VK2 WAY.
Yeah, Roger, VK2Z, VK2WAY, KJ7OMO returning. Interesting. Yeah, I just looked them up on the VK lookup, and they are an advanced operator. And their license is good until next year, and yeah, their name is LB Whitborn. So yeah, if that matches the ham you were thinking about, then yeah. But if that does not, then well. Anyways, back to you, Jared. KJ7OMO.
No, it doesn't match the name. So that call sign was previously held by the person who wrote the first ever electronics book I owned. That person now holds the call sign VK2DIK. His name is Dick Smith. But yeah, interesting that that call comes back up. But g'day VK2ZIT if you still happen to be listening, and nice to meet you. This is VK2WAY.
They're on a train. Zip is on a train. Yeah, morning, afternoon there, Jared. Yeah, still trying to wake up. And yeah, morning, guess to be there for you, Kimberly. VK5ZSH.
Alright, VK5ZSH, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, welcome back. The net is closed, but we're just having an after-net party here. Yeah, that static is, I believe, from Victor Kilo 2 Zulu India Papa, but they are not making it into the repeater, unfortunately. So yeah, they're just on a handheld handy-talkie riding around in a bicycle. So, hopefully they'll get into an area where they'll be able to hit the repeater better. Yeah, I'll pass it on to who do I pass it on to? I'll pass it on to Jared for now. VK2WAY, KJ7OMO.
Thank you, KJ7OMO, and welcome to the group, VK5ZSH. Good to see you again today, Dale, and hope you had a better night's sleep than you did the night before. Other than that, yeah, not much more to add, and yeah, hope ZIT can come in better later. Otherwise, I'm also monitoring RBV, the me there if they wish to get in touch. Other than that, yeah, not much more to report. I haven't had a chance to check in on Michaela's troubles this morning yet, but I assume that was a hot topic of conversation for the next day. I might just unlock my phone now while I'm getting ready to key, so I'm ready to key this time. Back to you, KJ7OMO and the group, VK2WAY.
Yep, sounds good. So it's almost time for Siobhan's net, but we'll send it back over to VK5ZSH, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, VK5, ZSH returning. Yeah, I'm still trying to wake up here, Kimberly. I got my first coffee of the day going. So, yeah, hopefully that'll start to hopefully kick in. Had to drop a couple of pain pills to try and hopefully alleviate this headache. Yeah, I was up until I think about 5 o'clock this morning there, Jared. I was working on my new little Nook there, Intel Nook. I've got it running off of a 12-volt plug pack at the moment, a big one. Does what is it, 4.5 amps or something like that. That I had for my mini ITX, which I've still got somewhere actually. Oh, I should actually dig that out, because that's where I used to use at one stage for my firewall gateway router setup was that. A nice little machine it was. But yeah, hopefully all going well. I haven't logged back into it yet. It's still up and running and that. I've installed some software and whatnot. I've got to go through all my notes and logs and config files, etc. From the machine that died. Well, not the machine that died, but the hard drive that died, and basically re-implement that stuff over onto this little Nook that's got 4 gig of RAM and what's we call it, 250 gigabyte SSD in it. So one thing that I am going to do, because I'm going to try and find a mate for this one, and when I can find a mate for it, I'll that's the one that's going to end up doing handling the ham radio side of things. So I want to try and keep things as identical as I can, and yeah, hopefully All Star. Hang on. Hopefully All Star Link there haven't done anything silly, but maybe they've got a repository there for people that do want to actually run sort of standardized computer systems rather than embedded systems, where you can actually just install the All Star Link packages needed to run an All Star node, basically. So I'm hoping on that. If not, I'll have to go a different route about it. But either way, the Nook to do the ham radio related stuff won't end up being wasted anyway. So, but yeah, it'll probably take me the next week to actually bring this current Nook back up online with everything that I run internally. And yeah, you probably know about that yourself there. Hi. Alright, I forgot which way I'm throwing this. I'll put it around to you there, Jared. VK2 WAY, VK5 ZSH, sorry for the waffle.
VK5 the ZSH and the group, VK2 WAY returning, and yeah, I don't know of any standard All-Star repository of things, but I can point you in the right direction for their and my way of configuring it. My way is not everyone's way, but I just did a install for M0 MLG last night. Only took an hour to get 4 nodes up and running, so that was pretty awesome. And that was with DV switch attached to it as well. But he'd done 2 and needed another 2, and it was like I was starting to step him through, and I'm like, dude, just run the screen, let me log in. I want to go to bed. And I did it in 2 hours or something. So yeah, that was better than trying to step him through it. And he got to watch the screen. So might do that for you. when we're doing some of the migration for you. But on that note, I think it was Tim Luke's and KJ7 OMO VK2WAY.
Alright, VK2WAY KJ7 OMO returning. What was I gonna say now? Shoot, I forgot. I'm gonna drop it real quick to see if any of my local folks on 146.560 would like to join in this casual conversation. It's simplex and no PL tone needed. All right, there's no one else out there on frequency. And by the way, that was just me turning the squelch down to see if I could hear any weak stations pop up. But nope, no one else out there. So yeah, I'll drop it again to see if our bicycle mobile friend can reach the repeater now. VK2 ZIP KJ7 OMO. Nope, unfortunately not. That's okay. I'll pass it over to VK5ZSH KJ7 OMO with the Afternet Party.
KJ7 OMO VK5 ZSH returning. Yeah, it looks like my little Intel Nook is still up and going. It seems to be thrashing itself quite wildly. So what's it got going on here? Okay, it's got a SHA-256 sum going on at the moment on a... Oh, okay, I know what that's doing. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what's going on there. It's doing a dump of all the packages, or not packages, but files that are actually installed on it. It's called fcheck. Very good thing to actually have installed, in my opinion, because if you do get compromised, you will get an email sent to you, or an alert of some sort sent to you, which will say that, you know, this file's been modified from this to this, yada yada yada. And one of the good things about fcheck is it's hard for it to be circumvented. So basically, you'll always get a notice of things buggering up, or, you know, someone's in the wrong place where they shouldn't be, you know, altering stuff that they shouldn't be altering, basically, which is a good thing to have, especially, you know, if it's going to be facing the big bad world out there called the internet, I think they call it these days. But anyway, yeah, so that's what it seems to be doing at the moment, because I didn't actually notice any hard drive activity. So yeah, it's thrashing itself wildly at the moment, which is good, because it's sort of bench testing itself whilst keeping its own ducks in a row, so to speak. So, yeah, rent to you there, Jared, VK, TWAY, VK5, ZSH.
Yeah, the problem with doing checks and checks on a host without having the data stored off host is that you can never be sure that the checksums of the last checksums are actually valid checksums, and therefore the whole approach is kind of moot, if you ask me. Any hacker worth their salt will modify your file system without leaving a trace behind. Yeah, while it gives you some peace of mind and tells you what you've been modifying, I don't think you'll ever find a situation where a hacker worth their salt will be picked up by that software. Sorry to break your heart there, Dale. VK5ZSH in the group, VK2WAY, just from a IT security standpoint. And knowing what files have been changed and compromised is throw away the box. Again, any hacker worth their salt will hide well out of plain sight. And there's plenty of other things in modern architectures that we can play with as well, rather than the user space stuff. So, yeah, just don't want to put too much of a dampener on that suggested software, Dale, but it is, in my opinion, it's a little false peace of mind. I mean, it's nice to know what's been changed on a server, sure. I don't know whether I would justify the file system I/O utilization for that kind of process, but 2WA1.
Alright, this is KJ7OMO returning. I don't have anything to say at this time, so I'll pass it back over to VK5 ZSH.
KJ7OMO, VK5, ZSH. Finally getting the hotspot to wake up. I think the hotspot's probably feeling as bad as I am at the moment. Hi. Yeah, I know where you're coming from there, Jared. Nothing is foolproof, etc. But anyway, my big thing that I have sort of looking after a internet bound machine anyway is a very elaborate firewall that actually drops a lot of shit basically. So and that's more for the script kiddies, because yeah, anyone that's going to want in on your system isn't bothered about your firewall as per se. They're more looking at, okay, what software do you have on that machine that's outward facing, i.e. PHP, what version you're running, what exploits can they run on that. For instance, same with Apache, MySQL, yada yada yada. So yeah, anyone that wants in on your action, basically, that's, you know, 9 times out of 10 how they're going to get in. But yeah, keeping the script keys at bay is probably the most where most of your time's probably spent, because you need an elaborate firewall for that, for, you know, noticing the stuff actually happening and then you know, instantly dropping those packets, basically, etc. So yeah, we could probably end up talking about this for months on end. Is, yeah, one of those things that is forever evolving, and yeah, there's, I guess, no real one stop shop for that sort of thing. I mean, even the NSA and whatnot, they have their own problems with hackers, etc. So yeah. All right, enough of that one anyway. Around to you there, Jared. VK2WAY, VK5ZSH.
Yeah, VK5ZSH, VK2WAY returning. Well, there's a fundamental flaw in pretty much every computer system, well, every computer system that we've ever built, and that's the monkeys that use it. Unfortunately, humans and human error, and humans will continue to be human, and social engineering is the most predominant form of any kind of exploit. Finding out somebody's password by simply asking them, or getting it out of them some other means. Humans are the problem. Until the AI fixes that, we'll still have security vulnerabilities. Hi. Back to you, VK5ZSH, VK2WAY.
You're so true there, Jared. Yeah, I got one good thing here. Anyone that wants to torture me for my password for things, I can turn around and honestly say, I don't know. I don't know the password. Why don't you know the password? Because it could be anywhere between 12 alphanumeric, special character, yada yada yada, through to whatever the maximum is that the website will allow me to have. So hence why password managers are good, because when you use them properly and not have one set password that you rotate through every bit of internet banking, facepalm, whatever. And at least knowing you're using a password with very high entropy, it's better than reusing the same password over and over and over again. And this is one thing where people do get caught out, is they do use the one password for everything, and then they turn around and they forget it, and then they've just gone and locked themselves out of everything, or someone's taken over their basically using that password. So that's the easiest way that I suggest going about it, but other people see otherwise. What I really want to do is get some open source keys. What do you call them? FIFA, are they? Oh, something like that. But basically, they're a hardware key, and that's how you run basically passwordless with this actual key. And not the Yugi key or whatever they call themselves, because I don't think that one's open source. But there is a couple of open source ones out there that I've got bookmarked. I should get around and getting myself a couple of. Back to you there, Joe. VK2WAY, VK5ZSH.
Dale, you don't need hardware for that these days. It's 2022. Just do RSA with nonces in the form of cycling keys. Authy does a really good job of it. But you are right when it comes to, I don't know my passwords. Actually, I know some of my passwords on systems that I know how the password is hashed, stored, and transported. I will use what I call a throwaway, and I have 2 or 3 of those that I use on various systems, but they are only internal systems that I manage myself. It's kind of my, one of them is like the login password for my laptop. One of those ones that you don't want to remember so that you can open your laptop every day kind of thing. But certainly for any website that I do not know what they do on entry of my password. If I don't know how it's encrypted, how it's stored, or how it's transported on their back end, then I will use a 32-character random password as well. I'm on KeyPass XE from my password management. I was LastPass for many years, but screw paying a company money to screw you further, which is what they ended up doing. So yeah, I just went my own. So I keep my key file on Dropbox, and I use it on my phone and my laptop and wherever else. I did have another comment on something in there. Strong passwords, cryptography, and all those things. Well, as soon as we get a decent functional qubit, it's all out the window anyway. Quantum breaks every bit of encryption we've ever done. I wouldn't invest too much money in encryption hardware right now because we're on the verge of some major breakthroughs. VK5, ZSA, plenty of great in case KJ7OMO wants to throw a comment in there too, VK2WO actually.
Yep, this is KJ7OMO. Not much to say at this time, but I'm going to drop it real quick to see if anybody listening in via 146.560, which I still have that machine turned on, wants to join in. There is no PL tone needed, and it is simplex, so I'm going to drop to see if anybody in my local area on 146.56 would like to join in. This is KJ7OMO. Alright, it doesn't look like it, so I'll send it back to VK5ZSH. This is KJ7OMO.
Yeah, KJ7OMO, VK5ZSH returning. Yeah, it sounds like we've still got that person there that's rocking and rolling on that train there. But I totally wish that I was on that train. Probably not at the moment, with my head the way it is. Painkillers are still trying to kick it there. But yeah, greatest feeling being on a train and just hearing the clickety clack of the train wheels on the track, etc. If you really want a good night's sleep there, Jared, I recommend taking a GAN somewhere, this night's sleep you'll sleep like maybe just drifting away to clicky clack of the train wheels on the track. I'm on my record at the moment there, so I thought I'd give that a little bit of a curl, because my radio odyssey is having problems keying up the hotspot first time, and I'm having to drop and try again, basically. So I think I have a bird issue there, a bitrate error issue, because I know the bitrate, if it's too tight or whatever, so to speak, it does give issues with certain radios being able to connect properly, etc. So, holding off on that, and I've been using KeyPass XC for a long time. I've even paid for the professional version of KeyPass XC on my mobile phone, just basically to support the software, basically. So any open source software that I find rather helpful, etc., I'll do my best to try and support them the best I can, and sometimes that's just purchasing the professional version or whatever of the software. So Yeah, so yeah, I highly recommend password managers to people. You know, with any sort of password manager. And I'm not referring to pieces of papers onto the underside of your desk either. It might be a password manager of sorts, but yeah, not a very good one there anyway. Yeah, alright, back to you there, Jared, VK2WAY, VK5, ZSH.
Okay, 5 ZSH. Hopefully I'm coming in okay on FM, using the radio this time to talk. I've been listening on the radio for the last little while, but I wasn't going to TX, but I'm back in the city now, so this should be making it to ROT pretty well. Signal report, please, VK5 ZSH, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY, VK5 ZSH, returning. Yeah, it sounds good. I can tell that you're on analog, just by the repeater tone that was at the end there. But yeah, to hear that your audio, your mic level is up a little bit more with FM. I was playing a game of where the volume knob out between you and Kimberly. Back to you there, Jared.
GWAY. Well, good to hear that I'm coming in loud and clear. Yeah, I'm glad I'm coming in okay, but no idea why the mic is over volume, because it's nothing's changed here. It must just be the Redibus moving between FM and digital. Must just change the level a bit. Back to you.
Yeah, no problems there, Jared. Oh, one thing that I'm going to actually sit down and do later, and I actually sat down and went through one of my radios, and I worked out that I messed up a couple of things with simplex frequencies, as per the Australian band plan. And our local Wyson, in their latest publication of their magazine, have put a list of all the Adelaide repeaters and which ones are linked together, etc., which is really nice to have. So there's a guy that's actually monitoring what's happening with repeaters, VQ5 wise, and keeping the list up to date, which is nice. And the other thing that they actually added to it was a list of all the simplex frequencies, so you can program them into your handy talkies or base stations, whatever, to basically make it easier, because, as you know, ACMA are not fond of some particular brands of radios being able to have VFO mode, basically. So this is basically a way to circumvent that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to retype them all out of the PDF, and I'll stick them up on my GitHub there. And what I'll do actually is I'll put them into the chirp CSV file, and actually just put the CSV file for chirp up there, and then people can manipulate that CSV file for digital handheld, etc., to be able to put them into whatever radio, etc. So I'll make it easy for people using chirp to just want to actually import them for their analog radios, that switch on. Back to you there, Joe. VK2WAY, VK5ZSH.
K5ZSH, VK2WAY returning, and yeah, I might have to let it go for a little while now. We're just getting close to home, so I'm going to have to follow car and get these pants off. Like, they're terrible. Who needs pants these days? It's this out of the house is overrated. I can't wait to be home. So we've just dropped the travelling companion off, who we dropped home from Bankstown, and I'm not sure what she made of all of the radio conversations. It probably was her first time listening to a bunch of us crackle on the radio. But yeah, she didn't make much comment. But okay, Chelsea's saying her roller derby name is Ghost Chili. Yep, but she's very quiet and very fast, and takes after her roller derby name. Meanwhile, Chelsea here is takes after the roller derby name too. All right, well, I'm still talking. No, I said I was going to let it go. Got about a full now, so don't know if my RS is reporting, and I just have the POT on my radio, so I'm definitely rambling VK5ZSH, VK2W.
No, VK3WAY, VK5ZSH. I'll probably call it in here there, Jared. It sounds like you're getting around the buildings and whatnot. Yeah, you're getting very stretchy and breaking up and whatnot. So I'll do. Cheers to 73. Sorry to the missus for you having to put up with us cackling on like old hens by heart. And yeah, we will catch you further down the road there, Jared. Maybe once you've got yourself set up at home, etc. So anyway, put it down to you there, Kimberly, so you can get a chance to say goodbye and whatever. KJ7 OMO, VK5 ZSH, doing real.
Alright, VK5 ZSH KJ7 OMO returning. Alright, well, you have a good rest of your day, and 7-3 to you, and good hearing you again. We're gonna send it over back to Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar.
VK2WAY, I'm going clear for a moment, just about to pull into my building car park, so I will not get FM for pulling about 5 seconds. Hi, VK2WAY, please.
Alrighty, sounds good. 7-3 for now, and we'll talk to you soon. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar. Let's see if there's anybody listening in on 146.560. This is a simplex machine, and no PL tone is needed. Repeat, this is simplex, and no PL tone is needed. Let's see if there's anybody out there on 146.560. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar. It doesn't look like it. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar. Alrighty, YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thanks for hanging out, and all that stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and we shall say 7-3, and we shall see you on the next video. This has been Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, 7-3, y'all.